Hingað komin Olubanke King Akerele. Hún utanríkisráðherra land sem heitir Liberia, sem í Afríku. Land sem á, stærð Ísland, með 10 sinnum fleiri íbúa, hefur verið mjög stríðshrjáð land. Hún kom nú hérna óvænt bara inn í þáttinn á síðustu stundu, þannig að við náum ekki að texta við til við hana, en það verður textað þegar það verður endursýnt hér í kvöld, þannig ég bið ykkur að afsaka það. Madam Akerele, Liberia has a long history of strife. You had 2 civil wars, very bloody civil wars, that I think almost destroyed your country. But now you have a woman president, you are a woman yourself. Are we still hearing the same sad news from Liberia, or do you have any happy tidings for us?
Not at all. We have tidings of hope. And we have tidings of hope because Liberians and Liberian women participated very actively in playing a part in stopping the war, in stopping the bad news that you have been hearing, in participating in the peace process, and subsequently in participating very actively in a democratically elected elections that led to Liberia's first woman president and Africa's first woman president, Her Excellency Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
But after all the wars, the killings, the horror, is it possible to reconcile with people, to heal the wounds?
One has no alternative but to heal the wounds. We are not the first country that have gone through some horrible stories. But you do have to have leadership, and you do have to be committed if indeed your country is to survive. And the process of healing the wounds, though, are very difficult, very difficult. Among the efforts being made to do that, we want to foremost give recognition to the presence of the United Nations peacekeeping force in Liberia, composed of many nations, including a number of the Nordic countries and African countries, that have put in place a peacekeeping force to help us, because peace and security are critical conditions if we are to put in place economic development to move the process further. As part of the healing process, we have a Truth and Reconciliation Commission that is going on.
Yes. You had many, like, children soldiers, and of course there are scars not just on the tissue of the country, but on the people themselves.
That human dimension is very real. It remains a major challenge. How are we tackling that? Several factors. Foremost, during the war, the children have all been out of school. There's almost a generation that has grown up. So there has been the disarmament of these soldiers, including child soldiers. This is an area that the international community has helped in. But as part of that is education, is also giving in the arms. Because if you don't give in the arms, you have a major problem. Now, the scars remain.
Yes.
The scars remain, and this is why the healing and the schooling is there. Education has been the foremost priority of the current government, and as a result, you have in the schools with young children, you have older children. But those older children may be 20 years old, but they've been in the war
Okay, yes.
since 9 years
and now
old.
they have education.
So now they have an opportunity, and they all want to seize that opportunity. But it is difficult. It is not easy.
Yes.
It is very difficult, but these are the major challenges that the new government faces.
Is it important that the main war criminal, Charles Taylor, is on trial in The Hague?
Well, that is responding to the trial in The Hague, is responding to a UN Security Council decision with regards to the role of Liberia under Charles Taylor administration in Sierra Leone.
Yes.
That The Hague process is not related to the Liberian situation, pure and simple.
Okay.
It is related to the fact that Liberia, under the Taylor government, was engaged in basically exporting war and terror to the neighboring countries.
Yes.
So it is in connection with that. But I believe what is important, and I'd like to link this up to Iceland, is that Iceland launched about 2 days ago a plan of action in connection with UN Security Council Resolution 1325, Women, Peace and Security. That UN Security Council resolution refers to the fact that countries like Liberia, post-conflict countries, in terms of the healing process, the necessity to involve women in the peace process and the reconstruction. Now, why is that important? That is important for us in countries like Liberia because unless the main tenets of Resolution 1325 are made operational, then we will not be making success. In Liberia, for example, and one of the tenets of Resolution 1325 is to reduce the issue of gender-based violence.
Yes.
In the course of the war, women were really used as weapons of war also. Therefore, the effort by Iceland, both at the level of your own government, as well as the UNIFEM National Committee of Iceland, where they've had an extraordinary fundraising drive recently, and where, thanks to the invitation of the Minister of Foreign Affairs, my dear friend Inga, we are now, through this effort of fundraising to alleviate the issue of gender-based violence, Liberia is expected to benefit from this generosity of the civil society of Iceland, and we are most grateful for that.
Of course, when everything crumbles, like in these countries, you have the infrastructure crumbling, education, everything, lawlessness, women suffer horribly. It's the men who hold the weapons and maybe get through better in a way.
Well, but this is why it is important as part of the healing process that we involve the men as part of the healing process. And one of the message, my president sent a message to this event yesterday, and I believe you will be hearing it. She said in her message, for us to attack gender-based violence, we need to get the men and the boys of these women who are affected to be part of the struggle. And I want to say to you, yesterday at the university, your former president, Iceland, Europe, and the world's first woman president made a very important statement. She said that it is important to befriend the men as part of our struggle. And I'm taking that lesson home because it is important. My own president is saying the same thing. We cannot move forward without our men as friends beside us because the women's struggle is also the men's struggle because at the end of the day, it is the nation.
Thank you very much for coming to this program, Olubanke King-Akerele, and I wish you all the luck in your, you and your president, all the luck in your work. Of course, this is an area